Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, this is uh ladies and gentlemen. All right. Radical change needed in Kenyan politics. Radical changes needed in Kenyan politics. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, I just want to speak briefly about what's going on in Kenya. There's a lot of bullshit that's going on in Kenya. You know that, okay? These politicians, these members of political class are playing us, okay? These people are colluding together. They're the same very rich folks, okay, who control the judiciary, have huge influence on the legislative body. Half of the legislative body are illiterate, okay? I don't need to name names. I don't want to embarrass anybody, but half of them are illiterate. So you don't expect anyone to actually bring a bill that actually can help the wananchi. These guys look at being a leader or getting power through going to the legislative body, standing up for a political position, becoming a governor, becoming an MCA, becoming an MP. That's the best ticket of getting you out of the poverty. That's why these guys kill each other. They do anything to get those positions. Ladies and gentlemen, this has to stop. Now, today, I hear Mr. Olidekana, and this is what I wanted to talk about. Ledama, who was posting that thing and tagged Raila talking about they got played, okay? No, you did not get played, Mr. Ledama, okay? Let me explain why you did not get played, okay? In 2007, Raila won the election fair and square. But what did he do? Okay, fair to him. There was tribal. We were in mayhem. We had a mayhem. We almost had like a civil war. And Condoleezza Rice and Kofi Annan came to the country and forced Mr. Kibaki to come and have something sort of shared power government. Okay, government of national unity, where Raila became the prime minister and Kibaki remained to be president. Okay, let's move on to 2013. 2013, Uhuru Kenyatta and Mr. Ruto were not qualified, did not pass the chapter 6 of the constitution. They were not supposed to run. But anyway, having money and power and influence, they went up there and their names were still in the ballot paper, and they rigged themselves in, and Kenyatta became the president. Okay, fast forward for 2017. 2017, Raila won fair and square. Maraga said, hey, listen, this is null and void. There's no election took place here. There's too much evidence of something going wrong. Okay, what happened after that? Okay, the people were happy. We say they were happy with Maraga for the first time. The judiciary did his job, did his job. Okay, but what happened? What's his name? Kenyatta forced himself, used the instruments of power, violence, to declare himself president, in an illegitimate presidency. And to top it off, he declared himself president. Inauguration day was on the 26th October, okay? As if he was thumbing his nail to Kenyans, telling them, what you gonna do? I'm the president, I can do whatever they want. I have the power, okay? So people revolted, remember? People revolted and said Raila Odinga must be sworn as the rightful president, the people's president. And we went to Uhuru Park, okay? And he was sworn in. And after being sworn in, the people were ready to go march and forcefully remove Uhuru Kenyatta from the White House. But guess who stopped it? Guess who stopped it? It was one Raila Odinga who stopped it. Instead, he went and had a handshake, okay? Probably got paid too. And after that, Uhuru remained in power for the next 5 years, with Kenyans suffering from economic trouble, okay? With injustice and all that. All because Raila Odinga didn't want to take his presidency that he rightfully won, when the people backed him and lost their lives. People were shot, people were killed, jailed, maimed, and some exiled from Kenya, okay? Because they sacrificed their freedom, their lives, their livelihoods, their loved ones, just to see Raila Odinga get sworn in as the rightful president. But guess what? Raila turned his back on everyone and also legitimized the illegitimate Uhuru Kenyatta, okay? And after that, 5 years later, okay, he wants to tell us that he was the person who should be leading Kenyans into the right path. Guess what happened, buddy? He lost the elections. He lost the elections, okay? But don't be surprised, buddy. Don't be surprised to find out that Raila struck a deal with Ruto and Kenyatta before even running for presidency. All these shenanigans about this Mandamano is just to fool the gullible who can't see through this. I told you before in the history, look carefully at these guys, okay? The ruling political class who take their orders from those freaking people who, the British and the Americans, those are the people who control Kenya. Those are the people who control the economy. Those are the people who control the resources. And those are the people who control Raila, Ruto, and Kenyatta. Don't be fooled. These people are one. The useful idiots like Martha Karua and the rest, I don't know who, the Wajakoya, who pretend to be leading youth by advocating, smoking weed, and selling hyenas' testicles. Wajakoya, these people are supposed to be in committee, hanged to death because they're fooling the people all the time. Look at just what happened when Raila was calling for Mandamano. He was calling for Mandamano. People died in Nyalenda. People were yanked out of their houses, okay? Shot to death like dogs. Even dogs don't get killed like that. What did Raila do? He comes in and links up with Kamsioka and that dictator, despot, Uhuru Kenyatta. They go to Karen, holding a vigil at Karen, not even in Nyalenda, but in Karen, okay? Pretending to care about those people who lost their lives. I tell you, people, let me tell you something. These people don't care about you, especially this Raila man. That's why Miguna calls him a conman. He's a real conman. That man is a real conman, the biggest conman in Kenyan history. Let me tell you something. He's pretending now to be against the Ruto. He's pretending to be against Ruto. Guess what? He probably get paid. He got paid. Now he's using this useful idiot, Ledama, to kind of put some doubt in your mind, to kind of point at Uhuru as if Uhuru is the problem. No. Uhuru is not the problem. Uhuru, Ruto, and Raila made a deal. This is a pretense, but they want to pass this. They want to change the constitution. And in order to change the constitution, they want to divide the population. They want to divide us. They want to start like, oh, we are Kenya Kwanza, or we are Izimio. Oh, let's negotiate it. But the problem is, the thing is, they want to bring us back to the street code. Let me tell you something. Kalonzo Musyoka in these talks shall fail. And when they fail, because literally, legally, Azimio cannot open the servers. They cannot open and do those forensic audit. Why? Because the court, the ruling, the highest court in the land declared that this election was fair and square, okay? And already Gachagua was right. Gachagua was right when he said that the audit had already been done by the Supreme Court. So don't fool anyone. But this is being done, okay? This is being done. Azimio are doing this because they know very well that it is impossible to have an audit of the elections that happened in 2022 because that matter is over. But they are going to do this because when it comes down to it, the commissioners that are going to be chosen shall tell them the same thing I'm telling you now, that that issue is over with because the Supreme Court already declared it over, okay? But when that happens, they shall tell you, let's go back to the streets. And they shall bring in the violence again. You saw Raila Odinga the last time when after 6 months when he lost these 2022 elections, okay? He did not have anyone going to the streets to support him in his mandamano, deadly mandamanos. Who did he go and get? He went and got the most violent, ruthless man in Kenya, Maina Njenga, the head of Mungiki, who was named in the ICC, who was working with Uhuru Kenyatta, taking money from Uhuru Kenyatta to kill Luos in Kibera, Luos in Kisumu in 2002. Listen to me, 2017, okay? This man was being used to brutalize Kenyans, innocent Luos in Kisumu, okay? In Kisumu, okay? ordered by Matiang'i. These are the people who are now rubbing shoulders with the conman Raila Odinga, who is claiming to be the Luo kingpin. What kind of kingpin, okay, leads innocent followers, Luo followers, to go get killed, okay, for him to get a piece of the pie? We need to examine this guy. We need to take this guy to the ICC. In fact, let's not take him to the ICC. This guy needs to be hanged. This Raila guy needs to be hanged. I'm a Chesa Sana. He's playing with us. Let me tell you something, you youth. These young people, open your eyes. Open your eyes. He's now playing you again. He's playing again. Raila is playing you again, okay? You tell me, he had the audacity to hold hands with Uhuru Kenyatta, okay, when people were killed in Jalenda, okay, this past time, okay, went to the vigil in Karen and dared not ask Uhuru, how can you compensate the people who you ordered to be killed in 2007? Baby Pendo in 2017, Msando, okay, Baby Mora, and thousands of Luos whose bodies were being dumped in River Yala. Mr. Raila Odinga, can you ask your brother Uhuru Kenyatta to pay for even one casket of the families who lost their lives in Kisumu, who are being yanked from their places? Why can't you ask him? Ask him that. Matiang'i, who you went to defend when he was going to be arrested. Ask him, how do you feel now that you're not in power? The bodies that you ordered to be shot in Kisumu. So you idiots who are supporting this conman, and you're going out there trying to steal, pretending, thinking that this guy has your best interest. Look again. Jalas, let me tell you, Jalas, it's good. Leave ODM. It's okay. Babu Owino, you are young. You have the fire in you. Leave ODM. Let this conman should be hanged. This conman should be hanged. He's pretending to love the Luos. He does not love the Luos. Latif, ask Wafula, this not Sifuna, in the agenda that you're talking to, when you're talking to Kalonzo agenda, talking to the people in power, UDA, why don't you ask them, the government, since they shot people in Nyalenda and Kondele, why don't you ask them for them to be compensated, the families that were yanked out of Nyalenda, Kondele, all that places that were beaten to death? Why can't you ask the government to pay for even one funeral, compensate for the people who died, the kids that were shot, Baby Mora, Baby Pendo? Why can't you ask them to do that? Your agenda is ati. What is your agenda, ODM? Cost of living. Cost of living is something that can be done by the government, okay? Why can't you include it in your agenda as a meal, okay? Since you told those kids to go to Mandamano and get shot to death, yanked from their houses, got killed in broad daylight in front of their family members, okay? Why can't you ask the government, Ruto government, to pay for those kids' death, okay? You don't care about that. You just care about the official opposition presidents. I don't know, the rubbish things that you want to, the offices that you're fighting for. Raila Odinga, young people need to, this is a Rasta movement that needs to start. Whatever is happening in West Africa needs to come to East Africa. Russians should come. These people, this rotten bunch of irredeemably corrupt politicians in Kenya, we've had enough of you. We've had enough of you. At least Ruto is young. He's been controlled by the West, okay? He seems reasonable. But this conman, okay, and his brother, Uhuru Kenyatta, you cannot get away with it. You cannot get away with it. We need to jail you. If we don't jail you, we need to hang you. You need to be jailed. No, there have to be justice for the youth that died. We have to have justice. We must have justice. Stop supporting these con men. Stop it. And Ruto, you too. Listen up, Ruto. Listen up, Ruto. If you say you want to fight corruption, okay? You want to fight corruption. Ruto, you want to fight corruption? Okay, let me start. I'll give you a list of the corrupt people in Kenya, okay? First, number one in the list. Start with the Uhuru Kenyatta family, not Uhuru, Kenyatta family. Right from Mamangina to the family dog. Start with the Moi family. Right from his grave, dig out his grave, down to his grandsons, okay? Go to Kibaki family. Get those people who have been eating money since independence. Don't tell us about corruption and arguing that Yule Mwindi Kala Singam Shenzi. No. Go for these people who have been eating money. There are people dying of hunger in Kibera every day while you ride around in your 4x4, okay, flying private jets, okay? You want to fight corruption? I have a list. Okay? Stop pretending. People like who this Oparanya. Oparanya should be hanged tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Okay? Hang them. Okay? We should fight corruption, real corruption. Let's not talk the talk. Ruto, listen to me. This is your opportunity. I have a soft spot for you because you're young and you talk good talk, but it's time to walk the walk. Okay? You saw how they humiliated you. I don't know if that beef was real or was fake, but if it was real, it's time to hold these people accountable. And Ruto, if you don't hold them accountable, we shall hold you accountable for not holding these people accountable, because you also have cases to answer. The people that you sent, I don't know if you sent the people to kill people in Yalenda, but you're also liable for that. They're also liable for that. We need real justice, not this fake political party bipartisan nonsense that's going on. People like Kalonzo Musyoka should be hanged to death yesterday. We keep on pretending that he keeps on going from one party to another. People like Martha Karua, the most corrupt woman behind Mamangina and Waiguru. These people should be hanged. Let's not play around with these people. If you're going to have a real revolution and move up the economic ladder so we can be respected in the world stage, we need to get rid of cancer. These people who are running around eating millions. Honorable Orengo, he used to be honorable. There's nothing honorable about him. He's eating money. He's taking money from impressed account in Siaya. Why is he not being held accountable today? These people should be held to account, okay? Let's not fake it. Let's not try to talk bipartisan talk, leading young people, young vulnerable people who don't have jobs, leading them to their own death, okay? Why don't we look for them? Giving them handouts, money here. I see Nuru Okanga Raila bought Nuru Okanga a car just for him to talk shit in Juvaji Gardens, and you think that's helping somebody. That's not real help. Real help is real jobs with paying benefits, okay? We need to go for these people. But I'll stop there. I'll stop there because I don't want to work myself out. I'm tired of seeing this nonsense going on in Kenya. Mr. Ruto, if you're listening to me carefully, listen, this is an opportunity to hang these people. Start with the Kenyatta family. Go for the Odinga family. Go for the Kibaki family. Go for those people who ate money. Okay? Check with Okiya Mtata. Let's do an audit. Strip down this finance act. It's not good for people. Let's look at how many debt do we really have. If you can't do that, you're just as worse as them, or you're just part of them. Because this ruling political class are one. They're fakers. They're political Western puppets. They're rubbish. They've never had to help Kenya in any way. They're pretenders, fakers. They need to be hanged, all of them. The only good justice that shall happen to them is when we start hanging these people. Hang that lady Kome in judiciary who's a faker, okay? Hang him. Don't leave him alone. They should not have mercy. If they don't return the money that they ate, if they don't atone for the people they've killed, they should be hanged to death. And I'll leave it at there. I'll talk to you guys. Subscribe. This is Kenya Revolution. Rasta Movement, the head of Rasta Movement. Restoration of African sovereignty back to African. Rasta. Okay? I'll talk to you guys. Peace and blessing. And